afternoon. My name is Caitlin Diaz. I will be conducting an intake session for about 15 minutes, and I will be getting to know you a little bit just so I can see who can help you with your therapy, a counselor that can help you the best that they can. I understand we had you sign a confidentiality consent agreement. However, there are exceptions to that. If I do find you want to hurt yourself or others, that is where I need you to understand that is where I break the confidentiality. Now we will begin our intake interview. I hope you don't mind. I will be taking some notes down during the interview so I can review your case file later. Now tell me, what brings you in today?
Well, I've been having some night terrors lately. It's the same one that's been scaring the crap out of me.
And how long have you been having these night terrors?
About 3 months.
3 months. That's a long time.
Very long.
And have you talked to anybody about them?
I've tried talking to my parents about it, but they really don't care. So that's one of the reasons why I moved out to begin with. I'm living with like 4 other people. One tiny little apartment, so
Okay.
kind of sucks.
And do you have a boyfriend right now?
I guess you can say that. He's been kind of supportive, but whenever he sleeps over and the night terror begins, he just ends up leaving.
Okay, so you haven't really talked to anybody about this?
No.
Okay. And do these night terrors scare you? Like, what is your main concern about these night terrors?
I just don't know what it means.
Well, you want to tell me about it?
Yeah, well, I'm running away from something. I don't know what it is, and I just run and run and run, and I can't catch my breath.
Are you okay? Kathy, are you okay? Are you okay? Do you want me to call someone?
No, I'm fine.
What just happened?
I forgot to mention I also have sleep apnea.
Oh,
So,
okay. So how long have you been dealing with sleep apnea?
I want to say since I was in middle school.
And did this happen a lot during the day? During school?
Some days is more than others. It just really depends. It can go from anything between once a day to 5 times a day.
Okay. And does this affect anything, like your school?
No.
Work?
Well, a little bit of work. I mean, like, I can be working and then I'll just fall asleep.
Where do you work?
I work at Walmart. I work as a cashier, which can be kind of hard because I'll be with a customer and then I'll just fall asleep out of nowhere.
Okay, but your employers, do they understand?
Yeah, they've been understanding so far, but I feel like they're getting ready to fire me.
Okay.
So I'm kind of scared about that.
Okay. So what else is going on? I know we were talking about the night terrors. When you have these this sleep apnea, when you fall asleep randomly, do the night terrors sometimes occur during that time?
Yeah, and it's the same one. I'm running down a hallway. I'm losing my breath. I can't run anymore, but I continue running. I don't know who's chasing after me. And finally I get to this dead end and I turn around and it's this guy in a mask dressed in a banana suit. And I don't know what that means. And he has a knife and he's getting ready to, stab me. And then I wake up screaming.
Okay. Okay, so I know you were telling me in the beginning that you tried talking to your parents, but they just didn't seem to understand.
They thought
How
I
is
was
your
making it up.
Okay, so how is your relationship with them?
Well, we used to be close, and then I ended up getting pregnant by my current boyfriend slash not boyfriend. And by the time it was time to deliver the baby, he was stillborn.
He was stillborn.
dealing with it, but after that, I mean, like, my parents didn't approve of me being pregnant to begin with, and then they finally were okay with it, but once I lost the baby, it's just, they saw everything wrong again, and they really didn't care what happened to me.
And your boyfriend, the one that you had the baby with, or was going to have the baby with, after when you found out the baby was stillborn, has he been supportive? Has he been caring for you?
Yeah, he has. He tries to be there as much as he can for me, but like I said, we live in such a small apartment that we share with so many people. It's kind of hard to deal with our relationship,
Okay.
and it's just, I feel like he wants to be there for me, but like he just feels so obligated to try to like make me feel better ever since little Benji passed away.
No, it was going to be a boy.
And it's just, I feel like he makes himself feel obligated to stay. Like,
So you feel like the only reason why he's there is because of what happened between you all.
yeah.
So going back to your dream, I know that you were saying, Kathy, was that another night terror? Was that another night terror?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ready? Okay. As I was saying, I know that in your dream you were mentioning a man in a mask in a banana suit. I know the banana suit is a little descriptive in the dream, but I do want to ask you a personal question, and I hope you don't mind. Of course, you don't have to answer it. Have you ever been sexually abused, physically abused, anything like that?
Well, I tried to convince myself that, you know, I wanted it as much as he did, but when me and my boyfriend first started going out, right before I got pregnant,
Okay.
he kind of forced me to have sex with him. I didn't want to. I felt like, you know, I was raised to wait till I was married and, you know, share that bond with somebody special, and he thought otherwise,
And at the time, your boyfriend, were you guys dating, or were you guys, was it just a random thing?
he knew that I liked him, and I
Okay.
guess he took that to his advantage, and when he found out I was pregnant, he then felt responsible, and I guess that's when he decided to grow up a little bit and stay with me.
Okay. So I understand he forced you. Did you in any way say no to him when he was forcing you?
Yes, I told him that I wasn't ready, and I told him that I just didn't want to have that relationship with him for the reason I wanted to make sure that he was the one. And he kept convincing me, saying, no, like, don't worry about it. We're going to end up together and stuff. And I kept telling him, like, no, no, no. And finally he got fed up with it. And he threw me down to the floor.
And were you all drinking?
He had a beer. I really don't like drinking much. You know, if I drink, it's tea, a simple Sprite, water. But other than that, no. He had, from my knowledge, he only had one.
Okay. So I know right now you just shared with me some information. I know that you didn't have to share that information with me, and I just want you to understand again that this is confidential, and whatever you say in this room is going to stay in this room. So that way, you know, if there's anything else that you want to tell me, don't hesitate to, like, not to tell me. Um, so, do you feel, now that we talked about it, do you feel like maybe the man in the mask could be your boyfriend?
Maybe. I mean, like, I've always had suspicions about it,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never actually gotten to the point where I just take the mask off. It's always been, I'm so scared that I'm just trembling there on the wall. But I don't know. I try overcoming my fear, and I feel like if I do and I take off the mask, it would be him.
And how do you feel about him? Do you love him, or are you scared to leave? Like, what are your feelings about that relationship?
I feel like, once you give it up to somebody, that you should try to make it work no matter what. And since we did almost have a baby together, I feel like we have that special bond that nobody else has. And I believe that one day he's going to come up to me and ask me to marry him. And we'll get married and have kids, and my parents will finally approve. And hopefully everything will be okay.
Okay, so what is your, like, what are your goals, I guess, in life? Regarding school or anything like that, what are your aspirations? Like, what do you want to be?
Well, I'm trying to go to school to become a doctor because I really got fascinated with my sleep apnea and my night terrors, and when nobody was there for me, I felt like, I should be there for other people. I should be able to help them because I've had experience in this.
That's really good. So you're going to use what you know to help others?
Yes.
Okay. So I know that you were saying that you are trying to go to school to become a doctor and to help others, but what is stopping you from doing that?
Well, I mean, like, I've been attending school for a while now, but financially wise, I'm not able to afford all my classes. And, well, to be honest, I'm not really that good in biology and science and all that. So, while other kids are working like twice as hard, I have to work 10 times harder than they do just to pass a single test with a B. And trying to maintain that 3.0 average is really hard. Also because, I mean, like, my boyfriend right now does not really approve of me going to school. He feels like that's the reason why I lost the baby to begin with. So I'm just taking one class at a time. I take it while he's working so that way he doesn't get suspicious or anything. And I do work at Walmart full time.
Okay.
They've been really good with the hours. They've been real helpful to me. But like I said, having that sleep apnea, it's just.
So you're paying for school right now on your own?
Yes.
Your parents are not helping you?
No.
I can see how that could be a huge factor in all of this, night terrors, sleep apnea. You might not be getting enough sleep because you're working so much. You were saying that your boyfriend, he doesn't want you to go to school right now because he feels that is the reason why you lost the baby, right? Is he jealous? Like, how does he feel about you being in school? Does he go to school?
Yes, he does. He's going for his bachelor's over at Pan Am. But he just feels like school isn't for a woman. He feels like the man should be the one with the better paying job. The man should be the one to support the family. Basically, a hospital is not a place for a woman to work.
Okay. And so, how do you feel about his views? Like, do you agree with them or do you
I
disagree?
honestly don't. I'm scared to tell him though because I don't know the way how he would react. I honestly don't agree with him because I feel like I could make a difference. He says with my sleep apnea that I won't be able to like conquer anything, and then he says that me being so emotional because I'm a woman would basically knock me down a few notches from ever becoming a great doctor.
Okay. And I guess from all of this, I know that I had asked you previously. I know that you want to marry him. You know, you're hoping that he does that soon. Do you see that happening anytime soon? Does he make effort to do that?
I want to believe he does, but if I'm ultimately honest with myself, I don't think so.
Is he faithful to you and only you, or has there been occurrences where he is talking to other girls maybe?
Well, I mean, like, there was one time where I caught him with another girl, and it broke my heart. And that's when I was pregnant with our little boy. But he promised me that he would never do it again. And since I was pregnant, I didn't want him to leave my side. I didn't want to be a single mother. So I believed him and I took him back. But lately, it's just he's been very distant. So I don't know if he's cheating or if he's just been working too much or going to school.
Yeah.
So
So I know today we discussed a lot of things. I just want to go over some of the things with you. I know that the relationship with your parents is not all that good right now because of the situations that have occurred in the past between you and your boyfriend. Um, I know that right now you're dealing still with emotions with the baby, losing the baby, and trying to keep a relationship going between you and your boyfriend. But I do want you to understand that I am going to find a counselor who is going to help you along the way with this therapy. Um, if by any chance, is there anything else that you want to discuss with me that I should know?
no, that's pretty much it.
Okay, Kathy, well, thank you so much for coming in today. I will be following up with you in about a week or so, so that way we can have another session with each other. What do you think about that?
That sounds fine.
That does?
Mm-hmm.